Thursday. We have another awful game on Thursday.
Thursday, we have the Red Rocket most likely leading the helm for the Saints, going into Glendale and facing off against the Cardinals. And my takeaway from this is does it even matter who wins this game? Does it even matter? Because Cardinals are 2-4. The Saints are 2-4 as well. Just 3 back-to-back horrible Thursday night games.
Yeah, 3 of them. And then this game is no different because the Saints defense is going to be good enough to hold the Cardinals down for a bit. And then DeAndre Hopkins is the only reason why I'm going to watch this game because D-Hop is returning. And the disrespect that DeAndre Hopkins has gotten in the offseason from players around the league is mind-blowing. The guy played with Tom Savage, Matt Schaub, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Brock Osweiler, and he still would have top 5 receiver stats, and no one will give him his credit. And then he goes to Arizona. The record without him is night and day. And honestly, he has to be the best wide receiver in the league because his jump ball ability, second to none. He's a great route runner, supreme deep threat. What he did with inferior quarterback talent compared to everyone talks about Devontae Adams, had Aaron Rodgers, Stephon Diggs, Kirk Cousins, then Josh Allen. Then you have Keenan Allen, Phillip Rivers, then Justin Herbert, Antonio Brown, Big Ben, then Tom Brady. So it's like the QB matters a lot when it comes to receivers because you need to get fed. Hasn't mattered with DeAndre Hopkins. Hasn't stopped him from putting up big numbers. So I'm looking forward to watching him play. I hope Michael Thomas plays in this game. So I'm hoping for a good wide receiver battle. I just really want a game where 2 teams score points. Like, can we score more than 20? Can we have 2 teams score 20 points? Please.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, seriously. These games have been fucking brutal. 12-7, Commanders and Bears, which, you know what? We all expected to be bad. And then the Colts and Broncos game, which is the worst game in NFL history.
Yeah, we're on the East Coast, so it's tough. Like, we have work at 8 a.m. and we work out at 5 in the morning. And these games go until 11:30. It's not fun.
Yeah.
And, I get it if it's a good game, but, the game last night going to overtime, just because Brandon Staley went kick a field goal, and then Bears, Commanders,
just
Broncos, Colts.
And now we have the Saints Cardinals.
I liked it when it's the divisional matchups.
Yeah, for me, with this game, I have no idea who will win this game. If I'm going based on my gut, I'm thinking, okay, well, the Cardinals, they just traded for Robbie Anderson. D-Hop returns. And I'd like to think that the Cardinals should win. The Saints, it's really depending on who's going to play. Because if Michael Thomas plays, Chris Olave's coming out of protocol, so he should be playing. Andy Dalton, I mean, he played well against the Bengals. I really don't know. If I had to pick off the top of my head, I'd probably say the Saints pulls out this win just because they have a better defense. Their weapons are better. Andy Dalton, I'm not in love with Andy Dalton, but I think that he'll play good enough to win the game because the Cardinals offense, with what I've seen from them, the fact that they can't score more than 14 points a game at this point, it's like, can I really pick them? I mean, yes, D-Hop's going to help them a lot. And yes, I think that the moves they've made should help them a little bit. But they also lost Hollywood Brown. And James Conner's still banged up. And their defense has been average at best. So I'm going to pick the Saints to win. I'm going to go 23-17.
I'm going to go Cardinals just because they're home, and I don't think the Saints are a good road team. I don't think they're going to be able to travel well on the road this year, and I think the addition of DeAndre Hopkins coming back, one of the best receivers in the league, and he's going to show that Thursday night. He's going to be looking to come out, make a statement. Kyler Murray elevates his game with DeAndre Hopkins. It's night and day with and without him, and I think that's just... your quarterback needs someone he can just go to. And I think he's going to open up the offense for a lot of other players. He's going to let Rondell Moore get free. And he's going to let some of the guys who can really fly on that roster, who can't necessarily get open on their own, they're going to be able to scheme a lot more. So I'm going to go Cardinals. And I'm going to go 24-13 because I just don't think the Saints can score. And honestly, the Cardinals defense hasn't played great, but they've actually held teams down.
Yeah.
I think Byron Murphy has played really well.
Yeah. I don't know. Cardinals at home. We'll see. I think it'll be an interesting game. I just hope, honestly, I don't care who wins this game. Just points. Just a game where we watch it and we don't want to gouge our eyes out.
Yeah, and I'm not one of those boomers who are like, oh, I remember back in my day where you could pick the quarterback up and WWE slam him and there was pass interference was legal and you could just push the receiver out of bounds. Like, I'm not one of those guys. It was just like, yeah, I just want to see offense every single play. But like at the same time, you have to put a good product out there, especially Amazon paying for it. So it's like, if there was a time to give out some pass interference calls, it would be Thursday night.
Yeah.
If there was a time the refs could help some teams score, it would be Thursday night.
Yeah.
Like,
no
the refs have to help this game.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Amazon's got to say something out to these last two games.
Yeah.
Because these are criminal.